best weather coverage by the Georgia Association of Broadcasters. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
Thanks to new funding, Augusta is one step closer to having its own veteran cemetery, but there are some more hurdles to cross. We'll explain next, live at 5.
But first, at 5,100 new homes are heading to North Aiken. This is a first look at one of the 7 expansion projects. Most of the homes will sit close to I-20. SRS, new restaurants, and retail have sparked growth in South Aiken, but space is running out.
Our Taylor Martin is live at 5. Taylor, what did you find out about the plan?
I spoke with city leaders today, and they tell me that the 1,500 new homes are going to be in 7 different developments that will include apartments, townhomes, and single-family homes. University Parkway, Rutland Avenue, and York Street are the main targets of this project. City leaders say growth of the north side of the city is long overdue, and they're happy developers are now looking to build closer to I-20. I spoke with one woman earlier today who tells me she thinks this will be a good thing.
I'm excited. Yes, definitely. We'll draw more people and all, and I'm good with that.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. I'll have more for you from city leaders on what they're hoping this will do to improve the city of Aiken.
All right, thanks for that, Taylor. Certainly a lot of movement up there in Aiken and all across the county there. Turning to weather now, we're taking a live for about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Riley. We now know the name of the man who was found dead in a Motel 6 in Augusta. The Richmond County coroner says it is 35-year-old Brandon Marshall. The report came in around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. His death is being considered suspicious. Investigators are still waiting on an autopsy and a toxicology report. A former soldier will serve life in prison after admitting he killed a fellow soldier at the barracks at Fort Stewart. Byron Booker pleaded guilty to premeditated murder of a fellow soldier last year. He admits he and his co-defendant, Jordan Brown, talked about silencing Specialist Austin Hawk after Hawk reported Brown for marijuana use. Booker got into Hawk's room and stabbed him to death in June of 2020, leaving at least 40 separate wounds. As for Brown, he is still awaiting his sentencing. He pleaded guilty to charges of assaulting a service member and retaliation against a witness.
More than 50,000 veteran card. You can send it to the address here on your screen, 238 West Hill Street in Thompson, Georgia, 30824. There is also a meet and greet this Saturday at the Thompson Library from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you better show up and you better show out for him. He needs it.
Yes.
He deserves it.
And boy, does he have some stories to tell.
That's awesome.
A new bill can help those diagnosed with cancer. Next on News 12 Live at 5, we have more on the proposal that is now under the microscope. Riley?
Well, high temperatures today did get close to 60 degrees. We're going to drop those by about 10 degrees heading into tomorrow afternoon. Update on the weekend for you just after the break.
How family and friends are remembering a senior at Evans High School who unexpectedly passed away. That story is coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Time and temp. Salad. Woo, sausage. Zaxby's.
Cancer treatments have come a long way, including biomarker testing. The life-saving tool already has produced great results by pinpointing the type of treatment a patient needs.
Here in Georgia, the testing is not always standard practice because it's not covered by most insurance companies, and it's expensive. But as Abby Kasoris explains, state lawmakers are trying to change that.
This is that bill, and while it doesn't have a name, it does have a purpose to expand access to a life-saving tool that can pinpoint what type of treatment a cancer patient needs so they don't waste any of their precious time.
Pneumonia that I kind of let run a little bit too long and come out with a stage 4 lung cancer diagnosis was it threw everything into like a 180 tailspin.
Jamie Knox is a cancer patient turned biomarker testing advocate. The test uses blood and tissue to identify the best type of treatment for a patient, whether that's chemo, radiation, or pills. It's proven to help patients live longer.
as the patient, the load should not be on us to ask for biomarker testing or to know that it's something that we need to have done. The doctor should just automatically go ahead and do that.
For Jamie, the testing was covered by her insurance. More than half of the insurance companies in Georgia don't cover biomarker testing, which falls below national clinical guidelines.
That's like, going to a restaurant and asking for your food and they bring it to you in your hand instead of putting it on a plate. And then when you ask them why they're giving it to you in your hand, you say, oh, you didn't ask for a plate. I don't know that. Why would I need to ask you for a plate? It should be standard.
Groups like the American Cancer Society in Georgia are pushing for House Bill 85, which would require health insurance companies to cover biomarker testing if there's any evidence it could help the patient. The cost is minimal. It would raise premiums 50 cents a month.
Who wouldn't pay an additional 50 cents if you could have back somebody that you love who died from cancer? If I could have my daddy or my best friend back for an additional 50 cents a month, of course.
Biomarker testing means Jamie can continue working, staying active, and enjoying time as a newlywed.
4 states have already passed similar legislation, and a dozen more are considering it. Sharon Cooper is the sponsor of the bill, and she's the head of the Health Committee. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasouris.
Thanks, Abby. Such an important tool for so many families affected by that.
Yeah, now a lot.
Thanks, Abby. Such an important tool for so many families affected by that.
Yeah, now a lot of people even know to ask for it. Some people may have not even known it was available.
And turning to weather now, we're taking a live look outside.
Cloudy on Sunday, but I wouldn't necessarily cancel any outdoor plans you have. Heading into next week, that's when we're feeling like spring again. Highs in the 60s Monday, Tuesday, and then getting those 70s back by next Wednesday.
Most Netflix subscribers share their passwords with someone outside of their house. Well, now Netflix says that's going to stop. We take a look at their new policy in just a moment.
Plus, we'll hear from an Augusta University men's basketball player who, in addition to being the Jaguars' all-time leader in assists, is on pace to graduate with his MBA in the coming months.
Rely on Ramjet.
Well, if you've got a Netflix subscription and you share a password with a friend or a family member, someone's going to have to start paying for that, unfortunately.
The streaming giant is changing its policy on password sharing, and as Jamie Tucker explains, it's going to cost families of college students even more.
Netflix has always given a pass to families sharing passwords with kids who've left the nest or gone off to college. Not anymore. This new policy is going to require all those kids to have their own Netflix account. Here's everything you need to know about how the new policy will affect you and your family. The primary subscriber will connect to Netflix on their home Wi-Fi network to create trusted devices so they can watch on TVs, smartphones, computers, or tablets. This will prevent someone using the account and password who is not watching on that Wi-Fi network. Netflix says it'll detect where people stream through the IP address and the account activity, meaning if someone is watching Netflix who doesn't live at the address, they'll be blocked from using the password. Now, while subscribers will be able to watch Netflix while traveling, it says subscribers will need to log onto Netflix on the home Wi-Fi network at least once every month. Netflix rolled out a program late last year in a few countries where it charged subscribers an extra monthly fee to share the password with someone who doesn't live in the house. So far, Netflix hasn't launched that policy in the U.S., but that could be coming. So what's stopping someone like a college student from coming home once a month, logging onto Netflix on their device in order to watch from where they live? That is unclear, but it is against Netflix's terms of service. And everyone has other questions about this new policy, how it's going to work, how it's going to be implemented. Netflix has not answered those questions, but has told shareholders the new policy goes into effect before the end of March. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Well, Netflix began offering a cheaper monthly plan that includes advertisements before and during TV shows and movies that cost $7 a month. I think a lot of people are going to be in trouble with this now.
Well, I was just about to say, like, what happens when I go to my parents' house and I log in and we watch something? I should be able to take my password with me.
I agree with you 100%. I want to pay more for that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Good evening, everyone. There's a basketball player at Augusta University who is the program's all-time leader in assists, already has his bachelor's degree in accounting, and is on pace to graduate with his MBA in July. Point guard Tyree Myers is all of these things and more. Myers believes his time as a student athlete has helped him prepare for his future because of the chaotic schedule and all the obligations he has to juggle on a daily basis. When he's not tallying up assists and helping the Jaguars win games, Myers is interning for an accounting firm right here in Augusta, helping him grow towards his desired career.
It's a busy season right now. It's getting towards tax season. After business returns, we're going to have client returns. So it's about to start getting hectic around here soon. So, I'm basically doing everything that accounting does. It's just I have a little help with it. I'm learning as I go. So, that's definitely going to help me in the long run.
This young man is also the all-time assist leader in Peach Belt Conference history. My full story with Tyree Myers will be all new at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks for that, Dan. Pretty cool story right there. He definitely has a lot to juggle at once this time of year. Heading into the weekend, we got some cold temps, but getting a little bit warmer heading into next week. We'll have a full look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
There's nothing little.
People. Well, beautiful into our Friday. We are hitting the golden hour, and if you missed when we mentioned this yesterday, this is actually the start of 6 p.m. sunsets and later. So sunset actually 6:01 tonight. Still a little bit above that western sky, but temperatures will be falling quickly for the rest of this evening. So grab the jacket if you are heading out tonight. Our temperatures right now are 48 in Edgefield, 52 in Augusta, 56 in Aiken, and then most spots south of town, at least in the mid to upper 50s. If you have plans, maybe head up to the lake this weekend. We got water temps currently near 50 degrees, so pretty chilly water temps at the moment. As far as air temps go, up at Clarksville tomorrow should generally stay in the 40s, and we will see plenty of sunshine tomorrow. I think the better fishing day this weekend would be Sunday. Mostly cloudy, temps a little bit warmer, and those lake levels are still fairly high, kind of close to summer full pool levels near that 3:30 mark. Heading into next week is when we get those warmer temps. We're hitting the 60s again Monday, then 70s by next Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Riley. That's all the time we have. Much more news, weather, and sports coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock after a very short break.